Joining me on the Tarot Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of June 2017, and this will be for the sign of Taurus. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what overall message you'll be working with for the month. You got the card of faith. So for singles, it's saying have faith that you will meet the person that you want to be in a one-on-one relationship, or have faith that you won't be single all the time, that eventually somebody will come that will be a perfect match for you when it comes to being in a relationship. And if you already coupled up, what it's saying is always have faith in your relationship, no matter how it seems at a certain time that it may seem like it's going off kilter, or you getting different things thrown into the relationship that kind of could ruin your bond with your companion. That within time and having faith and having trust in your companion will always work out for your benefit. So let's go ahead and see what cards can help you for the month. So let me give these a shuffle and see what extra guidance you can get. Okay, what you have in the center of the reading is the King of Swords in reverse. So if you're single, you could be meeting this person, or you could be displaying this to another person. The King of Swords is usually a person that keeps a lot of control, and they keep a lot of control with using their words, or knowing how to present themselves in to a person in a certain way, and they do it verbally, and they show a lot of mental control when it comes to how they deal with people. But what's saying is, if you're single, you could be meeting a person that they may be a good candidate, but they don't display themselves in a certain way. They can be really dogmatic with their words, or they can come off um, kind of cruel or jaded in the way they state their opinion towards somebody or the person they want to be in a relationship with. The main thing is coming up. They being very verbally um, not I want they could be combative, or they can have a certain idea that doesn't fit. They will display that idea, and doesn't it doesn't jive with you when it comes to getting in a relationship with them. You could be talking to a person like that, or you could be displaying that you're super critical of what you want, and you verbally express it, and it's coming out very negative kind of to the other person. um if you already coupled up, it's just saying that um your companion could be stating his feelings or the way he's thinking at the time, and you're not liking the way they're coming out. It could be coming out in such a way it doesn't have anything to do with anything that is beneficial to the relationship, on a point of being something that you can work with to help your bond be tighter. It has a jaded, anything you bring up to them that you could be working on with your relationship, they're going to have a jaded view on it, and they're going to state that in during the month. What you have underneath you is the devil upright. So the devil upright, when you are meeting a person, they could be, if you're single, this person could be chained to a certain way of acting in a relationship, or they could have a habit, or they can have a pattern that they put into a relationship, that no matter what type of person they is, they keep doing the same thing over and over, and causing errors in their relationship and not learning from them. And it's like, you could be doing this when you meet this person, or you could be getting into a relationship with a person that's like that they won't learn the bad lessons. They keep transferring the lessons from their last relationship into new relationships, and they're just not getting a clue. You could be doing this with a person, or a person could be doing this to you. If you are a coupled up, it's saying that it's a habitual pattern that keeps coming up in your relationship that needs to actually die off, so your relationship can move on to a better level, or getting rid of something that you both keep doing that is not being beneficial to the relationship. If you want to take it to a different level when it comes to making a tighter bond, it's either you're doing it or your companion is doing it, that you see them doing the same thing over and over in the relationship, and maybe you're kind of tired of it, or your companion is tired of seeing that come into the relationship from you. What you have in the past is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So what it's saying is, if you're single, you probably met somebody that was trying to present themselves on a more solid ground, or they was trying to present themselves like they had something, but they really didn't have it. Maybe you're doing this to somebody, or somebody's doing this to you, that um that they come at you and they using their words real bad, or they're trying to talk some kind of game to you about what they have and what they can bring in a relationship and what they can offer to you. But when you dig really closer to it, it's really nothing there, and it could be a habitual pattern of that person, that every time that person get into a relationship, he runs the same line of stuff he has or she has, and it's not really there. Then after a while, their relationship kind of dies out because the other person got a clue about it. Either you're doing this to somebody, or somebody's doing this to you, but you was dealing with somebody in the past that was doing that. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that you, that your it's kind of time for you to start thinking about certain things in your relationship that is more practical, and maybe a practical approach would work a little bit better in your relationship, and to build something more solid when it comes to adding something that can benefit both of you on in your relationship. Or maybe in the past, your companion was maybe having a habitual pattern of spending, like kind of spending some money that was not really there, or like counting their eggs before they hatch kind of thing. And they having a bad spending habit could be one of the things, and it's kind of conflicting with your relationship, and it's kind of conflicting of what you both want to do, or try to build to the relationship, because it's something solid going out the window when it should be something else focused on in the relationship. What you have above you is the world. So the world is saying that if you're single, you could meet somebody that can bring a certain change, or move your thoughts of a relationship forward in your life. Somebody may be coming like that at you, or you're coming like that at somebody else, that they see you, and they see you as a something different, or something that can progress them forward on a level when it comes to the relationship. Maybe you are a person that is outside of their norm, so they decide to get with you, and that moves the relationship forward for them, and it moves it for you because it's something to deal with. Or you haven't been in a relationship for a while, and you meet a certain person, so you get on this new footnote that now you're ready to be in a relationship because that person kind of sparked your interest, and you want to move forward to see where it's going. And with you moving forward with that person, it can bring a certain change in your dynamics when it comes to evolving how you do relationships and how you are in relationships. And if you already coupled up, what it's saying is all the changes that's going around with you is progressively moving your um relationship forward. Now, with the world, it can move it forward. It can move it forward positively or negative. It's more of a neutral card when it comes to moving forward. It's all based on perception of how you look at the situation at that current time. So, what it's saying is no matter what's going on in your relationship, it's still moving forward. It's seems like, to me, what I'm getting the feeling is that with people that's already coupled up, what it's saying is it's moving forward, but at the same time, it's going to take you to carve something more solid into it and kind of take some time to think on how's it moving forward, and is it that you're getting what you need out the relationship. Either you're thinking about this with your companion, or your companion is thinking this about you, but your relationship in the month of June will be moving forward. But it seems like it's going to be more on on the perception of where you stand at in your relationship right at that time when you feel that it's moving forward. What you have, the last card you have, is the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse is a person that they usually, the Emperor has a lot of control, a lot of kind of authority, a lot of power when it comes to what they um have around them or what they want to build for themselves. But in a reverse, if you're single, it's either you meeting a person that is all over the board and sort of like a control freak. I'm getting control freak. You meeting a person that's like a control freak, or you're presenting yourself with um to this other person like you're a control freak, or um they they don't have their stuff too together. They seem like they're running off course when it comes to something that they want to do or build in their life, and they're trying to adopt you up in it. Either that person's coming at you and you're seeing that, or they see that in you when they try to talk to you. It comes to a point that that they saying, they kind of stepping back and going, whoa, okay, why is it this, why I'm talking to you about this relationship or trying to get with you, and you're just all over the board with these kind of wild thoughts about it, or your coins ain't together or something, or these empty promises of building something, and something is just not materializing, or it seems like you're not putting your foot down on certain things, or it's just all over the board, and you may not be able to get a grasp on that person to figure out where they want to be in a relationship, or even if they want a relationship at all. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that you or your companion will feel like, I want to say, they're not going to feel weak, but they're going to feel like they don't have say so in their input into the relationship. It seems like, they letting it, one person kind of control everything, and kind of basically shadowing out the other companion. I'm getting that as a kind of a weird feeling that you may be letting your companion take the rim on going taking the thing with the relationship, or taking the course with the relationship, because maybe you're focused on something else. But if they're doing it, it seems like they're doing it and it's not bringing anything positive to the relationship. It seems like it's making it more unstable, or it's making it feel like your relationship is all over the board, and somebody needs to have some kind of control to keep everything in order when it comes to you trying to build something on a one-on-one with your companion. Either you're doing this, or somebody is doing you're doing this to your companion. So let me go ahead and get some clarifiers on these reversals. And with the three cards in the middle being in reverse, it seems like, and with the devil underneath, it seems like somebody, whoever, and this can be for singles or a couple of, whoever somebody is meeting or they in a revolving a relationship with, somebody is an out of control freak. That's what it is. One, it has no power. They're using their words wrong, and nothing is really stable of what they're talking about. So somebody is being a control freak to a point that is disrupting um, the way they dealing with the people that they have, that they're in a relationship with, or want to be a relationship. It's almost like they're sticking their foot in their own mouth. That's what I'm really getting. It's like, okay, they come at you, and then here comes foot to mouth insertion. Let's see what about this king of. Yep, you got the four of wands in reverse. So this person, if you're single, it's saying that whoever this person have, they're not very solid when it comes to their own individual thing, when it comes to um um talking crazy, or trying to present themselves in a certain way. Their stuff is not stable. They may be thinking this about you, that you're saying certain things and it just don't sound right. It just sounds like you're not grounded into whatever you're talking about. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that with your companion, either you talking to your companion or your companion talking to you, saying that they're talking so much crazy is bringing some kind of real disruption to your foundation that you built before. Maybe before your stuff was solid. Now your companion is talking all this mess, or just not displaying himself being mentally right when they displaying certain ideas that they want to use to bring into the relationship to make it better. Is just causing a more of a disruption when it comes to you trying to build something. Let me see what else you have as a core. You got the Eight of Cups. So what it's also saying is, if you're single, whoever is you're meeting, or somebody is talking to you, or you talking to them, you're talking so crazy, or this person is talking so crazy that you basically don't want to hear it. You want to walk away from the person. As soon as the person's mouth open, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not feeling you, bye. And you walking away from the person because they're talking crazy about the stuff, whatever you trying to bring in on a one-on-one, and it just doesn't sound right. And it seems like you really don't want to invest your emotions in that person, because that person, the way they verbally coming off at you, is just saying, oh no, this is going to throw my stuff off, to be disrupted. My stuff is solid, yours is not. You're talking crazy, and it's like, nah, I'm not feeling you. It's just like you're not feeling this person. Maybe somebody is feeling that about you when you open your mouth, and they like, okay, I'm not feeling you because you sound like you all overboard. You sound like you're not grounded. It's just, ooh, I don't want to invest no time in this, and I'd rather just leave you alone. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is your companion is acting a fool so much that you probably considering, oh, I need to drop this person. I hope that don't happen. That you ready to not invest no more time to try to carve something better with with your companion. You just ready to say, nah, I'd rather just throw in the towel with you. I gave you enough time. Because with Eight of Cups, that means you went through 8 cycles of trying to work something out with the person, and the person just not going, is not coming, is not bringing themselves together. They making the foundation that y'all built more unstable. And maybe that's why they say if you still want to stay with the person, maybe you have to have faith to try to work it out with that person. Let's see why you have the um Pinnacle, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, you got the Queen of Cups in the upright. If you're single, this person really is a person that you dealt with in the past that was not really focused on their ground, or having a ground real solid. They was more focused on trying to be in a relationship more than the, what I want to say, the physical things that a relationship need. They probably was coming way too emotional, or that's all they was thinking about. They was thinking about more emotional stuff than the other stuff that can build a relationship and make it solid, because you do need all the components to have a solid relationship. If you're getting in a relationship one-on-one with a person, they may be thinking this about you, or they thought this about you, thought this about them, that you was more thinking emotional, and you needed attention, or you needed this and that and that, everything to carve or cater to your emotions, other than the other components to be like solid, self-sufficient, your own kind of thing. If you already coupled up, maybe the what was coming off is your companion was being too emotional and forgetting certain physical aspects to what you already built together, and maybe that's a habitory pattern that needs to be broke, that they'll come off at certain times in a relationship trying to be a baby or wanting a bunch of attention and dropping everything else that you built with them, and they it run perfectly fine for a while. Then all of a sudden they want all this attention, or they need to be a center of attention, or you have to cater to them, and then it throws everything else in disruption that you silently built in the relationship. And it's definitely a foundation thing. Definitely single. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. The Six of Swords in reverse is saying, in the past, maybe this person was too emotional, or they thought this about you. They just didn't want to move forward with it. They just said, nah, I'm cool. Or you said, nah, I'm cool. You're too emotional. You ain't got your stuff solid. You ain't got nothing solid to work with other than your emotions. That's cool. But you needed I have a funny feeling that Tauruses needed something more. They needed something more than, and usually earth signs need something more than emotions to be in a relationship. You needed something more, and you just didn't move towards the person, even though you may have thought that person was cool, or somebody may be thinking that about you, that you was cool, but you wasn't bringing something else to the table for them to work with, to say, okay, the emotional thing is cool, but what about your finances? What about your job? What about other stuff that I really don't want to deal with when it comes to being in a relationship with you? So you, maybe somebody thought that about you, or you thought that about them. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that maybe the disruption, I'm getting this too, that when they was acting like a baby, you was not trying to run up and cater to them. You was trying to, like, no, I'm tired of doing this over and over. Basically, I'm ready to walk away. I'm tired of this old pattern coming up, and I'm not gonna cater to you this time. This time, I'm not gonna. You get in that mode and start acting like a baby. I'm not gonna run to you this time. I'm not finna deal with it. You just gonna have to sit in the corner with your bottle and cry. Basically, you're just gonna have to sit there and do that because I'm not gonna do it. And I have a funny feeling this is happening more than one time. Your companion or you keep acting like a baby, and this time your companion said, "Oh hell no, I'm not going to cater to you because I catered to you before, and nothing came about of it." And I'm getting that feeling. So in the past, your companion could have been acting like a baby or needed more emotional attention, and you just decided because you was ready to just kind of walk away from the whole thing, you was not going to run up to your companion and start catering to him again, because that may be another pattern that needs to be broke. Every time your companion starts crying about something, you there trying to play captive save on it, and oh, let me go and save you, and oh, and you did it before and it just didn't work out. So this, in the past, somewhere in the past, you said, "Nah, I'm not going to run up on you with that again." No, it's a pattern that may be an ongoing loop. I'm hearing ongoing loop too. That they start to cry, you come and run up, it gets you emotionally frustrated later off of it by catering to them, and you're trying to break this pattern of every time they start crying about something, you up there trying to save them on everything they're crying about. Now that's what I'm hearing. Let's see about this emperor in reverse. Why you had the emperor in reverse? Let's see why you have the emperor in reverse. You got the four of cups in reverse. They want to be entertained. It's, to me, this is for single or couple up. Whoever y'all into feel like, usually the four of cups mean boredom or somebody offering them something and they're just not feeling it. It seems like this person or whoever y'all is involved with or you're talking to, or they see this about you, they seem like they always want to be catered to or entertained all the time and not thinking about anything grounded. They talking crazy just to get some attention. You're not trying to run up. You're frustrated about it. It's putting a disruption on certain solid stuff you're trying to build. And it seems like your companion, being out of control emperor, is doing this just to find a way to be entertained all the time. They want to be entertained in a relationship, and they don't want to, usually in a reverse, they will take anything that's offered to them, but in the love reading, it's saying that they want to be entertained all the time. They're saying crazy stuff just to get your attention. They're doing certain things in the relate, and this is definitely for somebody coupled up. They're doing certain retarded stuff, and I'm gonna call it what it is, retarded stuff, just to be entertained, to see how far they can push you, or they'll see how far you will go to kind of save them, cater to their emotions. And they don't care if they disrupting the foundation, and they don't care if they're making you frustrated over it. They just want to be entertained because they're out of control. They maybe need something else to focus on, but it seems like they want to be entertained all the time. And it's like it's causing a disruption by catering to this person and entertaining every one of their feelings every time it comes up. It's certain feelings that you need to deal with internally with yourself, and then it's other stuff that it has something to do with the relationship, and it's all getting blurred. It's actually all getting swirled together, and it's like you can't figure out what is what, kind of. But I'm definitely telling you they're doing this because they want to be entertained all the time. They doing it, but it's causing so much disruption and frustration that you're not feeling it. And it may be an ongoing pattern that they do this all the time. If you're single, whoever you meeting that's telling you this jive story about how they got that good stuff and they got all this money, and this is an ongoing pattern with them. You're not trying to run up on the person. You already know they as soon as they talk it, you're not feeling it, and they may be doing this because it's a habitual pattern that they talk to whoever new in a relationship, and they say, "Oh yeah, I got that good stuff. I got this," and then they go back and tell their friends, "Yeah, I got that person spun. I got that person on my finger. Yeah, I can just drop any line," and they're doing it to entertain themselves, not really to be in a real concrete relationship, but to be entertained in the sport of spinning whoever they want to get in a relationship out, kind of. Oh, let me just mess with this person's mind. This is what I'm definitely getting. They're doing this just to be, they mind fucking. That's what I'm gonna just have to break it down. I didn't want to use a cuss word. Sorry about that, people. But they mind fucking. That's what their game is. Their game is either you're doing this, a single is doing this to somebody you meeting, or somebody's doing this to you that's dropping these boo boo lines just to mind fuck you, or they mind fucking the situation. Like you open your mouth up, and then they say some stuff, and then they spin it to see how far they can take what you say to spin it into some kind of entertainment game. Ew, y'all need to stop this. Let me get the last card. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Whoever y'all singles is meeting like this, y'all ain't right. You need to drop. You definitely need to walk away. You definitely need to walk away because they spending this game to talk to people, and they may be talking to more than one person. They get hooked up with one person that they can feel entertained by dropping them lines on, and they getting their entertainment on it, and they don't care who they talking to be in, and you may think it's a relationship, but they're coming off as entertainment. Yeah. Let me see what the last card is. Oh yeah, the Page of Cups and the Upright. Page of Cups are usually, all pages bring news. This one brings you new news of love, and they're very new within uh, how they deal with love or anything from an emotional aspect. But the one thing about them is they haven't figured everything out when it comes emotionally. They haven't figured everything out. Now, if you're single, this is definitely a person that's playing with people's feelings, because pages will play with people's feelings because they don't know if they on what side of the fence. Oh yeah, I'm in, or no, I'm not in, or this. That's how they think. So this person, whoever you're dealing with, could be younger than you, or you're younger than the person you're talking to, is being is playing games with emotions. It is what it is. They're playing games, or you're playing games with this person because it's giving you some kind of entertainment, and you enjoy dropping these lines and throwing people out of control and making them frustrated with you. They ready to not even run up on you, and at the same time, you using this person, or you, or the single person coming at you, is not trying to use money as the aspect to get you, but they using your hopes and glimmers of being in a relationship, and using that as the feed for their entertainment, playing like they're naive about how they feel. That's another one. You know, you're trying to be cautious on running up with the person, but you're running up with the person, and the person is dropping these lines and hope to be in a relate, using the emotional line or emotional feed line to you, is disrupting you, having you frustrated. They're playing games with you. Is an ongoing pattern with this person or you, that you keep doing this. It's like almost finding a new victim. Almost. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get in this relation, and then watch me spend this person. I'm gonna just tell this person whatever to have their feelings wrapped up into me. Then I'm gonna go ahead and move on because I'm not really feeling that person. I don't know what side of the fence I'm on with that person, but at least I'm getting some entertainment out of it. At least the person entertaining to me. Wow. Okay, I didn't want to drop it like that, but I will drop it. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that maybe during the period with this entertainment thing, They're definitely acting childish. You or your companion is definitely acting childish. They didn't put their grown man pants on. See, they went into baby mode, and they went into baby mode kind of, and they wanted to be catered to. You're not feeling it. You're ready to walk away from them. It is bringing a change to you. It is definitely bringing a change into your relationship, because it's bringing a whole different aspect that maybe never came up before. And it usually, that kind of stuff deals with insecurities or something that came up in a relationship that you kind of tripped over and didn't even think about. Then all of a sudden this pattern came. But it seems like for a couple up, I have a funny feeling this is not the first time this has happened. This comes up periodically in your relationship, and you making all these tries to work with it, but it's getting you frustrated and stuff. So it's just saying that your companion during the month is definitely acting like a baby, but they may be doing it out of the wrong reasons, or they're doing it to 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 kind of pick your nerve, kind of. And I have a funny feeling you're over it. So somebody need to put the foot down. Somebody need to tell it like it is, and kind of stop the pattern, basically. And that's what I'm hearing for people that's couple up. And then when you do it, just make sure that you have faith that whatever lines you drop to trying to correct this issue out will work in your favor. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.